All right. Okay, so we can go ahead and get started. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. So for today's session, we are going to continue working on habit of discussion. And the title of my project is Driving Rigor and Ownership, Implementing Habits of Discussion to Create Scholar-Led Classrooms. You will need a note taker if you would like one. You can use your laptop, that's fine. All right. So here is our agenda. Here are the things that we will be going through today. So we will go over our vision and our goals, which we touched base on the very first PD, and then we followed through with it last PD. Our wins and progresses, our challenges and gaps, and what comes next. So our vision. Miss Frank, can you read our vision?
At the end of May 2026, 80% of teachers at Hidden Meadow Academy will use habits of discussion in the classroom.
And they will be using habits of discussion through routines like peer praise, complete sentences, small group discussion using accountable stems like agree, disagree, and build on. Currently, we are at 60% of teacher mastery, so we are really so close to hitting our end of year goal for 80%. So kudos to you guys. You guys are definitely driving the bus and ensuring that your teachers are hitting mastery. So I want you guys to turn and talk with a partner, and Ms. Lee, you guys can be a group of 3. But I want you guys to turn and talk with your partners. What impact have you seen in your teachers' classrooms because of habit of discussion? Go ahead and turn.
Something that I've noticed is that when I'm going into the classroom is the use of like the complete sentences, like really driving that, so that I think like was pushing the kids to be able to construct even stronger race responses because they're able to speak it and then write it. So I'm seeing it happen in 3rd grade consistently, so it's really nice to hear and to see.
Yes, I definitely have seen like with her with the 2nd graders, they're able to at least like take what others are saying and then like building upon that to expand like their knowledge, so yes.
Yeah, so in math, I've seen a lot of more discussions. They're able to look at 2 different problems and how the scholars are solving it and able to discuss in complete sentences, agreeing and disagreeing and all that.
Yay! And I love how everything comes back down to academic language and academic moves in the classroom, right? So kudos to you guys. You guys are definitely the ones driving the bus for habit of discussion. So now I want us to get back grounded on why habits of discussion truly matters in the classroom. So Ms. Lee, can you read our why?
Habits of discussion will provide our scholars with the skills they need to ensure that they can walk into any room, sit at any table, or stand up to anyone with confidence and make their voices heard.
Right, and I really want to highlight where it says with confidence, right? And making sure that their voices are heard to and through the classrooms. So let's talk about our leadership wins, and this is all you guys. Okay, this is all the things that I've seen that you guys have been doing in the classroom. So again, the work is moving, and it's because of you. Okay, so I have seen a lot more walkthroughs, right? And the walkthroughs are connected to authentic scholars thinking and their discourses. I have seen an increase of teacher willingness to practice and implement. Guys, our teachers are taking risks. They are taking risks on doing something that they've never done before, right? And I've also seen that we have strong exemplars emerging across grade levels, even in electives. And so because of that, we are building a normed campus where scholar discussion matters, and it's happening. And we've also improved alignment between classroom execution, right? So again, I'm walking into classrooms, or I'm even walking in the hall, and I'm hearing 2nd grade say, evaluate, right? I'm walking upstairs, and I'm seeing 3rd grade, evaluate. I'm walking by 4th grade, and I just see, and they love to disagree in 4th grade. They love to disagree with each other and build on each other. And so we are making those changes, again, to our biggest why, right? We are building that confidence. And guys, this is huge. This is our biggest win of all. Scholar participation and academic voice are increasing across all of our classrooms. We are making the moves, we are pushing, we are holding teachers accountable, all for our scholars, right? And at the end of the day, they are going to leave Hidden Meadow feeling confident and being able to speak in any classroom.
Can I just add something? I wanted to just say that I've noticed too, like with the increase of scholar participation, our special pops are hearing these conversations and they're also becoming more confident, and you see it in their work as well. So where before it was, typically our scholars that were already confident in answer choices, they're sharing their thinking, but now it's engaging scholars that are less confident, and we're seeing them like flourish and grow. So it's really neat.
I agree. I love it. And we work very closely with the special pops, and they're doing it with us, which is amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Ms. Martinez. But of course, with our big successes, right, we also have come across some challenges. So what I've noticed is, or Ms. Martinez, can you read our challenges for us, please?
Walkthroughs focus more on compliance and scholar thinking. And the second one, inconsistent coaching follow-up after the observations.
So we are looking for compliance. Are they being rated advanced with probing, the habit of discussion, right? Versus, are we listening to what the scholars are saying? Are they actually mastering, and are their agrees purposeful? Are their build-ons purposeful, right? And the inconsistent coaching follow-up, so this is grounded more into, are we giving them their rubrics and telling them your action step is based off of this habit of discussion rating. Your action step is based off of you not saying evaluate prior to asking them if they agree or disagree. So today we're going to focus on how we can close those gaps. Okay, so Ms. Frank, can you reread our first gap?
Yes, so walkthroughs focused more on compliance and scholar thinking.
So I have created 4 bullet points on how we can close that gap. So if you guys can go ahead and take out your note takers, because I really want you guys to be able to write these things down. I know that some of your schedules are not as flexible as mine, but here are some quick fixes that we can do in our coaching to help our teachers get more successful and be more successful. Okay, I'll give you guys about 1 more minute and then we'll kind of talk through them. Okay, about like 30 more seconds. And I'll send you guys this PowerPoint so you have it. So if you don't get through all of them, that's okay. Okay, so I want you guys to think about one thing that you noticed about how we can close this particular gap of scholar thinking.
It was what we noticed.
Like, what do you notice about how we can close the gaps? What are we now focused on?
More on the scholars.
Thank you, Mrs. Frank. That is completely correct. We are now moving from teacher compliance to scholar knowledge and scholar words, their vocabulary, right? And so, yeah, now we've gotten our teachers to do the things. Now the teachers are driving their bus in the classroom. Sorry. Now our teachers are driving the bus at their classroom, but we need the scholars to be driving the bus, right? And so these 4 bullet points are all scholar focused. So the first one, enter walkthroughs with one specific habit of discussion look for. Are you looking for just evaluate today? Are you looking for what they're saying when they agree, disagreeing, or building on? And if you are looking at K-1, right, are you hearing that they are starting with an actual complete sentence, or have they started with because, right? Track scholar action, not teacher action. So yeah, we know our teachers can do habit of discussions, but now we need to track to see if our scholars can. Listen for student language during CFUs and partner talk. So yes, they are talking, but what are they saying? What are they really saying? And use quick fix evidence trackers, right? In which we all do. You guys are masters at being able to track the habit of discussion, right? Now we need to see how many scholars got the right answer when they evaluated. Okay, are there any questions for this slide? Okay, well, we'll keep going. All right, so there we go. Another challenge we've come across, Mrs. Frank, can you read this for us?
Inconsistent coaching follow-up after observations.
Okay, so this is another challenge that we've seen, right? Are we coaching our teachers on habit of discussion? Right, and this is just like a mental thing to yourself. Okay, so moving forward, I really want to push you guys in now, because this is going to be implemented in the 26-27 school year. We're going to continue with habits of discussion, right? And so since we've already started, let's now set our teachers up for success at the beginning of the year next year, right? And that comes from us. We're the coaches. We're the ones that they're coming to for feedback. And so let's now start giving them feedback over the habit of discussion. So what you guys can do moving forward is leave one bite-sized action step for the teacher that they can implement immediately, right? And so I have an exemplar action step for evaluate that I can share with you guys, so that if you notice that your teacher is struggling on naming evaluate prior to them agreeing and disagreeing, we have one there. That's a great action step for them. It's easy and it's bite-sized. And you can go in first period, second period, third period, no matter what time you go in. This is easy for you to track and be able to walk out of the classroom, right? Then the next one is follow-up during natural transition times. When they arrive on campus, lunch, dismissal, these are quick fixes. A habit of discussion is a quick fix, right? Hey, I saw you do blank, let's try blank. I'll be back tomorrow to look for blank, right? And this can look like, hey, I saw you kind of give them the answer by saying, yeah, right? Do you guys agree? Next time I want you to be neutral, right? I'm gonna look that you are now neutral. And that's something that you can tell them as they pass by, right? Use Teams message or voice notes for quick coaching touch points. So if you don't have your note taker in front of you, but you hear it, you see it, give yourself a voice note. Don't forget to remind Deanna that she needs to blank, 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 right? Or, hey, Deanna, I just saw you blank. Let's work on blank. Said, done, right? Because these are quick fixes. These are quick fixes for you and also bite-sized for you, right? And again, going back to us not having flexible schedules, right, like me, these are things that you guys can do quickly in the moment, right? And then lastly, prioritize consistency over lengthy coaching conversation meetings. So during your check-ins, I don't want you to fully focus on habit of discussion, right? Because I know that you have a lot more things that you want to tell your teachers, but give them one thing to focus on, right? I have noticed that you have mastered them agreeing and disagreeing, but let's work on the build on. An effective build on sounds like blank, blank, blank. Okay, are there any questions over this slide? No? What are your guys' thoughts? Is this easy for you guys to be able to implement moving forward?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. And again, I'm going to send out the PowerPoint, so if you don't write it all down, that's okay. Okay? And then just circling back to our look-fors in the classrooms, right? So if you're a K1 teacher, which we don't have any in the building, we miss you, Ms. Bowen. So we can just kind of focus on the 2nd through 5th grade for now. Miss Lee, can you read our 4 bullet points for our classroom look-fors?
Yes, 2 through 5, responding to our others using agree, disagree, or build on. Teacher says evaluate before discussion. 100% visible scholar participation. Scholars justify agree, disagree, build on responses. And scholars extend peer thinking rather than repeat.
Okay, so again, what do you guys notice about our classroom look-fors?
It's all on the scholars after the teacher says evaluate.
Yep, we've done our job, right? We've taught them how to do it. Now we need to push our scholars to be the ones to do the things, right? To be the ones to respond, to be the ones to show and share their thinking, right? So, which leads us to our, I'm sorry, that was going to be a nice transition. Which now leads us to our final push, right? So, if implemented consistently, habits of discussion will transform. Ms. Martinez, can you read how habits of discussion will transform?
Yes, our scholars will leave Hidden Meadow Academy with the skills that they need to ensure that they can walk into any room, sit at any table, or stand up to anyone with confidence and make their voices heard.
Again, I want to highlight right where it says with confidence and make their voices heard, especially as special cops, right? And I mean, I know that you have a lot in your homeroom too. The confidence helps them get better. It helps them test better. It helps them answer better, and they want to, right? And so, as leaders, we are responsible for monitoring the implementation, coaching in real time, reinforcing urgency, but most importantly, celebrating our teachers because they're doing the things to make sure that our scholars are leaving with confidence and making their voices heard. So, we always leave with the last step. So, Mrs. Frank, can you read our goal?
Our goal is to create systems where every scholar is accountable for thinking, responding, and engaging in academic conversations every day.
And that's all I have for you guys today. So thank you so much for joining. Is there any questions that you guys have over habits of discussion?
No questions.
No? How are you guys feeling about now coaching your teachers?
I feel really good about it. I just have a question. Would we be able to, like, of the 60%, can we, like, know, like, okay, is it, like, are people, like, based off, I know, like, just overall, maybe, like, a grade level 2, like, is GTL to support the team, not just maybe just our manager,
A great
like, our
push.
direct report, but maybe with our team as well, to kind of see, like, okay, what can we do here to make sure we're aligned as grade levels as well?
I absolutely love that, and that's like so investing. I really appreciate that. Yes, I can definitely let you guys know, one, where your teacher is at, but two, I can also let GTLs know, hey, this is where your grade level is at. We need to push X, Y, and Z to make sure that you guys end at the 80%. That's a great push. Thank you for that. Anyone else? How are you feeling, Miss Lee?
Good, I think that it'll start with like their lesson plans and where they're adding in those questions because they need like exemplar responses from the children to where they should know what to look for with that. Because yes, I do feel like the teachers are just doing the moves like you're saying, but if they're just doing the moves, not necessarily listening to those exemplar responses. So like within their lesson plan, they need to have like those questions that they know, like, okay, I'm gonna be asking this question for the habits of discussion, and these exemplar answers is what I want to hear,
Yeah.
So that they know like what they're looking for, and they just will continue bouncing on kids,
I can see your wheels turning, Miss Lee. You're like, I already know exactly what I'm going to be looking for. I already know exactly what I'm going to talk to her about later today. So I really appreciate that. Miss Frank, do you have anything?
I don't have anything. I think Ms. Lee touched right on it. Looking at the lesson plans is the start.
Is step one. All right, well, we already have a clear step one. So I won't take up any more of your time. It is 2:40 on the dot, so I finished just in time. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.